Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So we actually have some news here, some really exciting news, and that is for the ones who live, as well as some additional Walking Dead details that I do want to get into with like Daryl Dixon and all that. So before we go any further, obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all of my Walking Dead content like this. Now, I will still be doing the live stream. So I know I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I did post an update on Twitter. Like, the thing is that, again, it's the same exact reason as why I couldn't do it before. And it's something that is very frustrating. You know, it's just, I don't really get a day off. You know, it's so rare that I actually get a day off. And sometimes I feel like I'll get an hour or two off. So I'm like, all right, perfect. I'm going to stream then, right? And then it just ends up not happening. And I have, you know, my kids like all the time. And I mean, it's all the time. I love, you know, it's amazing. It makes me so happy. I love that so much. But it's just that, you know, in terms of trying to do this live stream, you know, I don't really get that much of a break. And if they were older, maybe it would be different. But, you know, it's just, yeah, it's one of those unfortunate things. And so I should potentially, for the first time in a long time, might actually have the weekend off here. So I will for sure do it then. If everything can work out, I'll do it then. So yeah, just wanted to update you guys on that because I saw a couple people commenting yesterday evening saying like, oh, where's the live stream and all of that. And yeah, I posted an update on Twitter. I probably should have posted an update here, I guess. But what I really wanted to get into here, this is actual confirmation here that the Ones Who Live's Blu-ray release date is actually going to be happening very soon here. It's going to be actually like right before The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon comes out. So it will be out on September 9th, it looks like. I'm seeing this from Collider. There's a quote right here that says, the spin-off series compromises only one season with 6 episodes, but may expand to more despite initially being created as a miniseries. As for its Blu-ray and DVD set, the complete first season of The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live will be available for purchase on September 9th, though US prices have not been confirmed. So I imagine it's going to be a very, you know, it might be like $50, $40, $50 or whatever it ends up being. I definitely will still be getting it. I really, you know, The Ones Who Live, definitely the ending is kind of, you know, definitely very debated. And I took, you know, a lot of criticism for not really liking the finale, for being very mixed on it. And I mean, I'm so happy that people are starting to see that. And that's why I always just kind of stick to my word. I'm always just like, I try to be very, very honest. And obviously feelings can change towards one thing, but I never let other people like influence my thoughts on anything like that, right? Like in terms of a show and stuff, I just kind of I like it, this and that, and then maybe over time you look back and then you're like, oh, maybe that wasn't so bad kind of thing, right? It's like The Walking Dead season 8. Because there's been so much worse, you know, things like World Beyond and all of that, I kind of look back at that now and I'm like, you know what? It wasn't so bad. Well, like when you watch it as a whole, it definitely, you know, watching it week to week for like that year or two, that was brutal, right? Like that, it definitely hurt the story a lot. But going back and just sort of binge watching it, which I haven't done in a very long time, but it's very like, it feels very much like The Walking Dead and it's enjoyable. You just sort of remember that time, right? And that's kind of the thing with The Ones Who Live is that finale. Yes, they made certain decisions that we didn't really like, but because Andrew Lincoln has been talking about, you know, more recently, the fact that, you know, the next series or whatever they end up doing, you know, or at least if they do it, they always have to say if, right? Because it's not confirmed and they don't want to get people too excited, but it does seem like it is happening. But the direction he would like the story to go is more in that simplistic survival horror story, right? So I do really like that. And I think if we get back to that and that story is really great and like zombies are like really scary again sort of thing, then I'm definitely overall happy that they ended this arc. I just wanted to feel like it transitions properly, which I obviously like they will do that. The CRM are still out there, right? Like you're going to see those helicopters. There's still, you know, that's probably going to be a big part of their next story. Like as it transitions to that whole horror survival story element, I feel like that first episode, you're going to see Rick, Michonne, Judith, and RJ, you know, helping out other people, you know, delivering supplies and all that. And it might like travel via helicopter or this and that, right? So I feel like we're going to see a little bit of that in the beginning. Then as that season or series or whatever that goes along, by the finale, it's going to be, you know, something entirely different. We'll sort of have a good transition to, you know, bringing zombies back and making them more scary again. Because it's kind of funny because in The Ones Who Live, zombies weren't really that terrifying. Like, they really weren't that terrifying at all. So I think Andrew Lincoln misses that part of it. I think he misses that survival aspect to it, where it was like, okay, this is actually kind of terrifying. It's a crazy world to live in, and just how do you deal with that mentally? You know, I think he really likes, like when he plays the role of Rick Grimes, it very much is like he likes to really challenge the character. He really likes to live in that character's head. And I think he wants more stuff like that. And so I think with The Ones Who Live, it really was more more for the fans because there were so many questions left hanging from the original series, right? Like, he was just out there's the reunion with his family and all of that. So there's all of that they had to wrap up before they got into something like this. So that's why I think this new series, or if it's going to be the Ones Who Live season 2, like whatever it ends up being, it's going to be not so much focused on that. It will be more on like survival horror, and it'll be like more of a new, I guess, story, a different aspect to it. I still think there's going to be little things here and there, like, you know, Rick and Judith reconnecting after all of these years, right? We'll have those scenes there, talking about Carl, this and that. Like, you'll have those moments because you need them. But I think that, yeah, it's going to have a definitely like very different focus. And I think other characters are going to show up, right? Like, I think Morgan's a character that will for sure show up, right? Because obviously people have been wanting him to show up for a while now and he didn't, right? So, yeah, I think for sure he will be there. But yeah, anyways, The Ones Who Live here is going to be on Blu-ray, it looks like, on September 9th, at least according to Collider here. And I'm excited for that. So I definitely will be reviewing that. If there is like a steelbook version, or if there's a special version of it, I'll do a breakdown and sort of review on the channel, like an unboxing, and just sort of talking about all of it. I should maybe go back and do that with Dead City and Daryl Dixon, but I'm not entirely sure, you know, what they came out with that. If you guys know, if there's a special version out there, like the best one to get, definitely let me know, because then I'll look at that and maybe I'll do like an unboxing of that kind of thing, because yeah, that'd be kind of fun to do on the channel. You know, that's what I've been sort of wanting to do more, is just do more things, do different things, and also just have the camera, right? Like, that's a big thing, is I want to be on camera and all of that, because I do that with the podcast, I do that with everything, and I'm like, with this, I feel like I'm just kind of ready to transition to something more like that for the channel. And yeah, I also wanted to talk about other news as well. So this is actually pretty big news if you're in Europe and whatnot. They actually confirmed that UK fans will be able to watch The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2 on September 30th. So I believe that's basically the same thing as it always kind of was, like with The Walking Dead. I think with The Walking Dead and, like, you know, maybe the other spinoffs at the time, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe around then, it was always a thing that you could watch The Walking Dead the day after. This is basically going back to normal here. And so I'm really happy about that. Sky Max and Now are going to be, you know, they're going to get the episodes basically right away. So really amazing, and it's probably going to be like that going forward. Obviously, they're not going to change that now, right? So I'm really happy that they actually worked out something finally, because, man, for the last, like, I think even the final season, that was an issue. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was just the spinoffs. No, I think it was just the spinoffs. I think that's where I saw a lot of people complaining about the fact that, you know, they can't watch it, this and that, and it was just, you know, a lot of people wanted to watch the actual show and sort of join in on the excitement and stuff, but it was just, you know, obviously, it just didn't work out that way. But it's cool that, you know, with The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon premiering September 29th, everyone's able to watch it now, which is really exciting. And it's actually kind of cool because, like, we're returning to a fall release date, right? So it's kind of cool. Daryl Dixon's airing in the fall. Everyone's able to watch it now, so Walking Dead Sundays are going to be absolutely amazing. And also, the cool thing with AMC Plus is that they release it the day of now, right? It's not 3 days beforehand. It's not a week beforehand. I still can't believe they did that. Like, releasing an episode of The Walking Dead, or like any show in general, a week before, like if you got a streaming service to watch it a week early, is kind of insane. Like, it actually is kind of insane, because, and I remember doing my reviews for it, like I would review the episode the week before, like with spoilers and all that, obviously, because everyone's talking about it. But then people on cable were just watching last week's episode like that night, but I already watched the next one earlier than that. It was just such a weird time, and it was like that for a while, right? So I'm so happy with the scheduling. Everything right now is working out perfectly, and I'm excited to see where they actually go here for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2, because tomorrow is going to be the premiere of Season 2. It's happening at the Tribeca Festival, so we're going to see a lot of reviews, a lot of early reactions, and all I'll say about that is definitely watch out for spoilers. For sure, watch out for spoilers. That's going to be something that we're going to have to really try hard to avoid, because it's going to be everywhere. We're going to see screenshots and basically everything. I don't know if there's a way that they can just sort of limit that and not allow people to have their phones there, but people are going to try something. I already know it. It happens with everything, right? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see where this goes here, but expect a lot of information coming out tomorrow and the next day. And yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about over the next week here as we gear up for Comic-Con next month. So hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.